to the Dangerville podcast.
Like we always do about this time.
It's Friday night.
The greatest show of all time.
Yes.
Oh yes. It's the last Dangerville pod of the year.
Isn't we tapping out after this one?
Yeah, we got I got other things far more important things.
Gotta be a little productive. We got things to do.
Yeah, I got stuff happening. Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing. But yes, this will be the last one for the year.
The memories we'll create tonight will last a lifetime, my friend. Just a
Indeed.
couple guys chilling by candlelight.
Yeah, it's pretty romantic in here now. This is the episode of things are gonna get real
It's
gay
real panty dropper situation in here for sure.
Indeed. Pretty good year of pods. And some pretty good
We
good
laughed
shit.
and we cried.
Indeed.
Made memories.
We
yes.
made terrible content that YouTube will not show.
Yeah, roughly 1 out of every 4 pods actually up on YouTube.
Yeah, indeed.
Everything
Indeed.
else lost in the infamous pod ether out there.
Yeah, it's honestly it's some fucking bullshit. I don't know what the fuck. It's like, come on, like,
Yeah.
we can't play Dream Theater songs.
I know. So Dream Theater's like, for the love of God,
Yeah.
please give us some kind of play.
And like we're watching Dream Theater songs that are on YouTube. How are they putting their songs?
I find this perplexing. I don't get it. Like, it's still going to a view, right? Like, it's not like they're not being credited for said view.
Yeah.
Plus the hilarious commentary.
Indeed,
so
indeed.
that's a win-win for all parties concerned. I don't get it. It stinks. YouTube, it stinks.
But how is the guy who's posting the full song on YouTube with how is he posting that song?
These are baffling and valid questions, my friend.
Fucking ridiculous.
It's preposterous.
Yeah. Anyway, so listen, we got to talk about something really, really important here. A few weeks ago, you were talking about the movie Trap.
Oh, yes. I was hoping we'd get into this, dude.
Shyamalan.
How did you not like Trap? I got a text from you. It was like, worst movie ever.
It literally may have been the worst movie ever made.
I thought
by
it was
human beings.
choice.
Oh
Not
my
only
God,
like was
it
it,
was
or
so
like I
bad.
really liked it. I thought it was fun. My only bitch with it, and I'll let you get into yours because I'm assuming you got several. The only complaint was like the preposterous level of just like, oh, he disappeared from his own home right out from underneath everybody's nose and kind of MacGyver in situations, getting in and out
Shit,
of
that was
everywhere.
the most believable part. The parts to me were like the entire concert thing. I mean, it's just like the merch guy's like, yeah, man, let me take you to the back storage room. Like, what? That's never going to happen. That's so ridiculous.
You got to suspend a little bit of
A
disbelief
little bit,
there.
like the whole fucking thing. There's that trap door that opens up next to him. There's no security or anything. Like the guy comes out of the pit in the middle. I'm like, have you ever been to an actual concert?
The answer is no.
Clearly
no.
not.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a trip hazard right there. I'm assuming that's not going to be left unmanned
And like
for
the guest star, he's supposed to be like some huge other pop star or something, like comes out and just like walks up to center to the stage. Like, never gonna happen. I've seen fucking tons of guys be in the crowd and stuff. They're always surrounded by like 10 security guys.
Obviously,
and shit.
you've never been to a Shyamalan produced concert,
Yeah,
my friend.
indeed.
Shyamalan knows how to put on a show, buddy.
Yeah, I mean the whole.
That's an actual rapper, by the way.
I'm sure he is.
This
And that
dude
whole-
named Russ or something who's like some pretty huge underground guy. I think he's been on Flagrant and stuff before.
Yeah, well,
Pretty huge.
that adds up because his fucking the whole thing is a commercial for his daughter's singing, and it's like. It's not. She's not bad. Like the songs are good.
Oh,
Like
wow, there's some catchy shit.
Yeah, like it's cool.
I was kind of digging it.
I'm just like, really, dude. Like this whole fucking setup is just like ridiculous. He goes up like Shyamalan's. I'm having to recall it here because it was like 3 weeks or more ago now. But he goes up to Shyamalan and he's just like, everybody's just like, hey bro, hey, nice to talk to you. Like it was just like every like conversation, like what? You're not talking to like the guy who's like running the concert or something. It's not gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely make time to have like a 10-minute conversation with you about your daughter having leukemia or something. Like, what the fuck?
It's that heart and head charm, baby. It's undeniable.
Well, that's fucking true enough.
Flashing those steely brown eyes.
Yeah, he's a handsome bastard, I guess. Anyway, the fucking ladies love that dude. I never really got it.
Oh, Hartnett's quite breathtaking.
I think
friend.
he's way hotter now than like when he was like a kid back in the day. I was always like, well, I don't get it. He's weird looking.
Nah,
like,
Hartnett's a heartthrob. So
I
this is a
guess.
terrible calling your part.
Yeah, it must
This is the
have
worst
been.
calling your part since Trap being a bad movie.
Well, yeah, fair. But
Super fun. I mean, there's a lot of bitches you can have with it. Like, you know, it takes some liberties, and, you know, just
a
about
lot of
everything.
fucking liberty. It was mostly like the shit about the concert to me that I was just like, this is the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, there was like this like the fucking FBI woman who's like in charge that never really has like any kind of like real purpose or plot. She's just like this mysterious old woman that you think is like
Psychological profile.
yeah, you're like, what? You think there'd be like some kind of like history, or there's like no resolve with her at all, as she's just like nothing happens. The end, spoiler alert, by the way. It was a run through the whole movie. You don't need to watch this movie, trust me.
Gotta catch it.
Worst movie ever. They let the daughter run up and hug him when he's being hauled away in custody. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was a little much there.
And also, they let him pick up that bike and start running. They're hauling. He's supposed to be the most vicious serial killer in fucking history here. Blah,
Yeah, they're
blah.
going full Hannibal Lecter, face mask
They're
and
like,
shit. in that
go ahead
scenario.
and pick up that bike in a poetic fashion. That's just fine. That's fine. Now, go ahead. Yeah, no problem there. And then he fucking like, you know, pulls the spoke out or whatever at the end. Or
Signing up for that part 2, baby.
Yeah.
That Shyamalan sequel.
Indeed.
Shyamalan ding dong.
which he's never had a sequel that's one worth a shit either. And he said, well,
Has he had a sequel? Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
Split and all, like
Split's
Glass,
like not really a
Unbreakable
sequel,
or
but
whatever.
like, yeah, like the Glass one. I guess that's definitely a sequel to kind of both those movies or
Yeah.
something like that. And it was pretty bad too, unfortunately.
Glass, I did not like.
Yeah,
Split, I
Split
thought
was
was
cool.
huge.
Yeah,
McAvoy fucking crushed.
Split
it, I
was
thought.
maybe one of the best things he's done like since Unbreakable, really. You know.
I'm pretty big on Shyamalan, dude. I know everybody's kind of love him or hate him. The one I didn't like was The Village, because I thought the ending was pretty
Yeah.
anticlimactic. I was real spun up for a good monster story there. I thought the movie was pretty choice, and then the ending, I was like,
that was the last
cool,
one
but-
for me that I liked. The one that was like right after that, that Lady in the Water. That might literally be the worst movie that's
See,
ever
I
been
like
made.
that well enough too. The Happening I liked.
The Happening was god awful.
Epic's choice.
god awful.
Unapologetic
There
Shyamalan
was
fan.
some good like kill scenes in the Crappening. That was pretty decent. but, like,
Shyamalan's good shit,
but
man.
dude, whatever. It was like, oh, the plants are alive or something. I'm like, what? Like, it was
You've
like,
got British conquest level hatred of the Indian race here, my friend. Don't get the Shyamalan hatred.
hey man, I can't help it that he sucks at making movies now.
Did you catch that? What was it called? It was on HBO that had it. It was like a year ago or so, maybe. It was about all these people that were like on this beach resort, and they start aging super rapidly.
No,
Another Shyamalan flick, pretty fun.
There's
pretty
definitely
fun.
some that I missed for
Yeah,
sure.
he's really crapping him out, dude. That
Yeah.
guy, say what you want about him, he is a prolific filmmaker. Dude. He's crapping something out every other year.
when you don't got to be good anymore, it's pretty easy. I mean, we're prolific podcasters. I mean, what the fuck does that?
That's a fair point. True enough.
What does that say, dude?
It's all about the Shyamalan cameo and entourage, dude. That's where it's at. Dude.
yeah. Which it is
Some of
very
the
funny
finest
because-
Shyamalaning there is.
Yeah, because they're ripping on him for like all his scripts are all like every page has the huge like whoever's copy it is like Ari's copy or whatever. So like,
What do you think? I loved it. Some of your finest work. No, the third act was completely fucked. I rewrote the whole thing last night. Just sit down and take a look at it again.
yeah.
I'll wait.
Which
Shyamalan
is probably
rules,
fucking
dude.
dead on.
I would imagine.
Rewriting the whole fucking thing.
Guy's the man, dude. Give me some Shyamalan for the win, son.
I mean, it's like he comes out of the gate with The Sixth Sense. That's like literally one of the best movies ever made. It's incredible.
Sixth Sense rules.
It's so good.
Good shit.
Everything about it's amazing.
Yeah.
Unbreakable's just Unbreakable at the time was the highest script purchase of at the time. Set the record.
Really?
Because The Sixth Sense was so huge.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like his first real studio feature movie. Everybody
Yeah.
was like, this guy's the next thing. Like, this is the next thing. He's
Well, and
the
he
next
had
Spielberg.
an unquestionably dominant run at first. Like
Yeah.
Signs was a fucking
Signs
banger,
was
dude.
huge.
One of the freakier movies I've ever seen. Signs is awesome.
And I liked The Village too. The Village was a little more art house or something, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like it's kind of doing that thing, like a bigger one, and then a more weird one or something. But like after that, it was just a fucking. has not been anything.
I mean, none of them have been as good as that first trifecta 3-4. Obviously, but it's still pretty good. It's serviceable flicks.
You have the best ideas, it's like he had like all these ideas and scripts and shit, and he like came out with all the best ones first, and
it really blew his load initially there in the first few years of the career.
Which is fine. He made him many
at
millions
least
of dollars.
He is making like new original movies, right? Like he's not rehashing shit. Like say what you want fair. About them. Yeah, and granted, like if you think they stink, whatever. But at least like he's putting together some thoughts that people haven't done. It's not some same remake bullshit. There's always a fun twist.
He was talking about that with Trap. Actually, he's like, I'm trying to make like multi-medium movies or something like that's like more of a like, so it's like the concert film plus a movie, it's like it's a concert film with, which is funny because like Metallica tried to do that with their, did you catch Metallica's Hetfield's like, oh fucking you're right. And that fucking Metallica concert film, which I thought ruled, it flopped though. It made it like it bombed. Like
I never actually saw it. I caught indeed.
Yeah.
I forget who the kid. They had some like reasonably famous kid in that movie.
Yeah,
I don't know his name. He's one of those like, that guy type guys, but he's been in a handful of things.
Yeah. I thought it was sweet, but that was the same concept in a way. It was more like the thing, but it was about this like roadie kid who like ended up going on this crazy mission and like I don't even remember, but like there was like
Butler tried to keep him in line, but
it was pretty sweet. I'll allow it. That was kind of at the time when Metallica was at their most hated, I'd have to say too. Like it was really like, I don't know. Everybody was hating.
That should really turn the tides too. We'll make a concert theme movie here. It was like blend multimedia together.
The most expensive concert film ever made, or something like that too, and it just like completely
tragic flop, dude. Thanks, Lars, for another brilliant idea. Smug bastard.
But in time, it will go down as a classic because Lars was right. Lars is never wrong at this point.
A little bit too much Lars love here, dude.
He might have been wrong about that snare drum on St. Anger.
I think we can all agree on that.
Indeed.
Put that out of our minds here.
Indeed.
I gotta bump that new Metallica again. It's been a hot minute. I kind of listened to it a couple times when it first came out. It's pretty huge.
I think they pulled a Grammy for that.
Sounds about right.
I mean, best hard rock performance or whatever the fuck. Some shit, best metal or something. So.
Speaking of, after that whole Dream Theater deep dive last week, dude, and after shamelessly and ruthlessly shitting on Mangini, primarily for comic effect, I'm like, I'm going to go back and catch a little bit of this Mangini or Dream Theater.
Yep. It's choice, dude. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he really throws it down. The guy's a fucking animal.
Yeah, I pretty much slept on those records in a way. Like, I think I was saying that last week because, like, I don't know. I keep talking about it. I got this thing with bands that break up and get weird. I don't know. It was just like,
some of the luster. It's just tough.
Yeah, and I was also just very into other things. I had really moved away from prog rock and rock in general. And I mean, I was like super way more.
It's really more of a Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars.
Seriously though, like it was like at that time I'm like jamming nothing but The Weeknd for all these years and shit like that and whatever. And so I'd gone back kind of recently here and started listening to those albums again, and like, man, there is some shit that like, and because I didn't hardly ever listen to them, it was almost like all brand new, and I was just like, holy shit,
Mangini crushed. The guy's a fucking animal. What a machine.
The first one with Mangini was a little like, it was a little rocky because it was like they kind of did it all and then had him come in like after the fact and play. So I was like, okay, that's fair. That's to be expected. This whole thing happened. But then, like, I don't know if it was the one after, but like the self-titled one, it's just Dream Theater and it's just got the logo.
Yeah,
I never really listened to it that much, and I played it and was like, the first like 3 songs, I was just like, this is the sweetest shit I've ever heard. Yeah. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Gotta get back to DT, baby.
I know. Yeah.
Get back to the roots.
I kind of am. I'm really kind of getting back into loving on some rock and metal and guitar music and shit again.
I'm pretty pumped for this new one, dude. After catching that new track the other day, that was a banger.
I listened to it again. I listened to it the next morning in the shower. I was like, yes. Yeah,
scrubbing the undercarriage of the dulcet tones of the brain in the background.
I wonder I don't know if they've put dates in the States up. I mean, they got to be coming to. I mean, they're doing.
One would think,
they're doing the whole European thing now. They started in Europe. Get their fucking.
Got to catch that reunion without question, dude.
And that's the thing is, I didn't catch any DT with Mangini either. I haven't seen him since. Since fucking Portnoy, so it's forever ago.
I think I only ever caught him once.
I think I caught him like 3 times, maybe,
Yeah.
or something like that. So it
Or
wasn't
no,
like
I caught him twice, maybe.
wasn't like huge numbers on that, but
Yeah.
like still though.
Did they play with Rush one time at
Yeah.
DTE?
We saw him
Okay, I
with
saw
Rush.
it there, and then we saw
Or
him
no.
once at like Orbit Room, I feel like, maybe.
Maybe that was what. Nah, I don't remember.
Or was it Queensrÿche?
We definitely saw that
and DT,
Queensrÿche.
maybe?
Yeah, that Queensrÿche and Fates Warning and DT show. We
Yeah.
were talking about that last week. That was choice. I don't know when we saw Rush. I think that might have been like the Rush 40th anniversary tour. It might have just been Rush.
An evening with,
Yeah.
possibly,
Yeah.
But I feel like they were playing dual kits. I feel like I
That
remember.
was that Queensrÿche.
Was that Queensrÿche?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they had Rockin' Fold or Rockin' Field or whatever his name is come out. And
really all runs together at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really does. They were playing like, I don't know, they were doing like Pink Floyd or something, like shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Speaking of new tunes, my friend, did
Mm-hmm.
you catch the new Dre and Snoop joint?
So I've heard the 3 singles they put out before the full length album just came out today.
Yep,
So I have
yep.
not had time to listen to the whole thing. So
Got
I'm
the hat
saving
in
it.
honor of the
Yeah. I almost brought out
CD
the
drop
fucking
had to be done.
the cardboard cut, and I almost
dude.
busted it out. He's still holding strong.
Figured
in the
that thing
other
saw
room.
the dumpster many moons ago.
No, he's still over there, very much in the way. That thing rules.
It's enormously huge and wildly unpractical life-size
Indeed.
cut out of Snoop, dude.
Did you bump the whole thing then?
I did indeed.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
Dude. Snoop just delivers,
I know.
man. 30 years
and
after the
Dre
fact,
sounds
still
great
crushing
too.
it.
Like
Yeah.
it's like okay, Dre like kind of sounds like Dre again. Like that fucking
That
like
Compton album or whatever.
yeah, like he didn't even like sound like himself. It was weird.
I didn't
like,
know it was him at
I mean,
first.
either,
I was
seriously.
like, why does he have
Yeah.
so many people guesting on here? I
Yeah.
didn't even.
And there is a
Yeah.
ton of that, but like yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
indiscernible, Dre.
Yeah,
Though. Like
his
it was,
voice is, and I mean his voice is different now. He's definitely like, I mean, he's done smoked on a lot of chronic, so
Yeah, dude.
and drank a lot of booze, so his voice is definitely like kind of rougher and raspy or something like that. But did you see there's like a movie too?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like
Whoa.
a full length movie, but there's like a whole. It's called Missionary, and it's like a whole fucking half hour or something of like. Though it's like Snoop and Dre have done that shit a bunch of times, like make these like mini movies, together,
Yeah.
and they're always choice.
Well,
They're
Murder
always
was the
hilarious.
case. They did that kind of
Yeah.
like 15-minute or whatever it was. Deal.
There's a great one. There's that concert. It's the Up in Smoke tour. That was the tour for 2001.
Yeah.
That was those 2 guys, and then it was Eminem and I think it was probably Exhibit. I think it was like Exhibit played, and then M played, and then Dre and Snoop like played together.
Yeah.
And it's a concert film, like we were just talking
Right.
about. But before they come out, they show this like 15-minute movie, and it's so fucking funny, and it's so good, and it ends with them like in this shootout in a liquor store, and they waste these guys, and then that's how the concert, their part of the concert starts, is the backdrop's the liquor store.
That's
and they come out
choice.
like they just leave it. It
Yes.
is so good,
God
dude.
damn it. The
It's so
entertainment
funny.
value of those guys is
Dude,
just
so
off the
funny.
charts, man. It's equal parts awesome and
So
hilarious.
funny.
Everything they do is
Yep.
so goddamn funny. The album's called Missionary. It's that condom
it's
logo.
It's a
like-
condom speaker. Dude, it's a like,
Oh, I didn't even catch
it's
that.
Like look at it close, and like the
That's well
like
played.
the round thing
Yeah.
is like a speaker cone and shit in there too.
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
it's fucking gold.
It's a banger, dude. There's
Yeah.
a 50 Cent.
I'm sure.
Little,
Yeah.
little something
I
on
would
there.
imagine, yeah.
50's getting up there in age, sounding a little off. but it's
Yeah, he
pretty-
was never great to begin with. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
never thought he was all that spectacular.
Eminem on there. There
Oh,
was
yeah.
a sampled Mary Jane, Tom Petty,
Ah, nice.
Jelly Roll, the token
Oh, okay.
Jelly Roll
Yeah, he's
collab, which
everywhere,
apparently
yeah.
has to be done on every rap album these
yeah.
days. But
Well, I know him and Eminem are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Or whatever now, but
he's pretty choice. Like it's I'm
Yeah,
not
he can
not a
sing,
country
yeah.
guy, but he's got a pretty dope voice. I'll allow it.
yeah. Well, I mean, he comes from the whole fucking horror rap core
Yeah.
ICP scene,
Yeah.
basically, which is kind of fucking crazy. And then he just like
Turned out to be a very wise pivot on his
yeah,
part.
seriously.
There was a whole I don't think you've ever seen it, but that Letterkenny show is just about these Canadian hicks basically.
Yeah, yep.
And they got this whole episode about how one of their buddies wants to make like the greatest country song ever made, and they're just laying waste to country, just like
Yeah,
breaking
yeah.
down every formula and
Right.
really nail it, dude.
Nice,
It's good
nice.
shit.
I know the Snoop CD too. The third single was the collab with Sting. It's the
yeah,
message
yeah.
in a bottle or whatever.
Yeah,
and they,
yeah. Yeah,
and
that
they
was
just
on there.
they did it. I watched most of it, but they just performed it on The Voice or whatever. Snoop and Sting. Because I think
Inappropriate.
Snoop's been like or whatever judging on The Voice on and off for a
Yeah,
while.
I
or
heard
something.
that. Yeah.
And so yeah, and it's just like funny as hell because like it's like The Voice and like Snoop, but he's not like a singer in that way.
Yeah.
And like Sting's one of the best singers on the planet, but like if you put Sting in that competition, he wouldn't even get on that show.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Like he's such a unique singer that like he wouldn't even be close.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just hilarious.
Simon
dude.
Cowell, this shit now and going, it's terrible.
Indeed.
Unlistenable Sting. Snoop just unapologetically selling out and doing anything and anything or everything that'll happen, which is great.
Have you
with
seen
the
what he's doing
greatest
for
consequences.
Christmas?
No.
He's selling Snoop coal. yeah. And I mean, it's a joke, obviously, but it's hilarious. You can actually buy it.
Oh, God,
I
yeah,
thought
that's incredible.
I should have fucking got some. I was thinking I should get some, but fucking put it on the
Fill up
pod.
that stock and do some Snoop coal, dude.
I was like, hey, I won't be here in time for.
Yeah, there's high demand for that Snoop coal. It's at
Indeed.
least a 4-week lead
He's
time for
just
sure.
making these commercials, laughing his fucking ass off. Snoop
Yeah.
is fucking.
And he knows how inappropriate he is, too. He's dropping all kinds of Martha Stewart hooks on this new album.
Nice,
dude.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. This whole like the whole gangster rap thing, even at the time, like it was all really just comedy.
Yeah.
You know, like it all started like when you hear Ice-T or Jesus Christ, Ice Cube talk about it, like he'd talk about how this all started, and it's like they were just doing comedy songs.
Yeah, well, with that crew, I mean, they were dudes that were super hardcore into it and trying to be like uber badass, but like that whole crew was just fucking around, obviously.
Exactly. But they were the ones that were like doing it, and then everybody else kind of like took that too seriously.
Yeah,
and started
exactly.
like imitating that or something.
Side note: Ice Cube is coming to Soaring Eagle.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ice Cube. We should catch us.
Yeah, I would totally go.
Dude.
I did see that. Yeah,
gotta have it. It would be a good day for sure.
let's go. Let's get some fucking tickets. We'll get some rooms there. Play a little
gambling, a couple hands of some blackjack.
Yeah.
I spent, the first time I ever went to the casino, went with Swanson, because I think you only had to be 18 there because it's an Indian reservation, so they have different rules, or at the time they did.
It's only 18 anyway to gamble, I think.
I thought it was 21. I don't know. In any
It's
event,
18.
we were there, and dude, we spent hours gambling, man. Had the oldest, like, hardened blackjack women at the table just sitting there
smoking cigs,
sucking down Virginia Slims, just going, oh, you gotta hit on the soft 16, son. That shows.
Yeah.
He was really schooling us up there. God,
That's
a
the only
tremendous
game I
amount of
can
fun.
even fucking play. I don't know shit about poker and like playing the slot machines and stuff. And now I'm just like,
I don't like doing the slot. Like, I like having or playing a game where you at least have some
I
level
know.
of control over the outcome, right? Like, give me a little blackjack or poker. I would love to learn how to play craps, but it is baffling to me.
Yeah.
I've had people try and explain it. I pass line, snake eyes on.
just
No
put it
clue,
all on
man.
red.
It's got to be done.
That's how I roll. Yeah, but we should definitely catch that fucking show. You know what else is coming up? Did you see this fucking Coheed / Mastodon / Periphery tour?
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty huge. Yeah,
You want to go?
sounds about right.
I already got tickets.
I would catch some heat and some Mastodon for sure. I'm not a big
huge.
Periphery guy. I tried to get
either,
into
but
a couple
they're
times.
opening,
Yeah.
You know, like that'll be
Good
chill.
choice to see. Is Mastodon headlining then, I'm assuming?
No Coheed, really, I think.
Oh,
I mean,
wow, okay.
it's kind of co-headlining, so I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's definitely a co-headliner, like Coheed and Mastodon with special guest Periphery.
Did Coheed put out a new album recently, or is it still that one from like a year back?
They have a new one like coming out now. They're like on a album cycle. Like,
that math checks out.
Yeah, they got like this is the same thing. They got like 2 singles out. The first one I was like, I don't love this at all. But the second one I was like, all right, this is a fucking Coheed banger.
That last album was pretty huge.
liked
I thought it was
yeah.
fun. A lot of fun tunes on
Yeah,
there. Some
I
kind of
thought
poppy stuff. That was
I thought
a
their
little bit
last
different.
few albums have been fucking solid as fuck.
He owns. Claudio's the man.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so definitely got to catch that.
Talking about shameless on-stage antics.
Yeah.
Talking about playing with his teeth unnecessarily.
Yeah, talking about
Really putting on a show.
not singing half the lines, you know, like he's always been bad about that. It's like there's a lot of lyrics happening, I get it, but it's like holy crap, man, like
And in fairness, some of that stuff live is a pretty tall task. But then again, if you do it on the album, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit the note live.
It's not even like not hitting the note. It's like not doing it at all. He'll just like not sing anything for like
that hot Claudio on Claudio action for sure.
Well, back in the day, I saw him on a tour where they had 2 backup singers. It was choice.
I saw him once where they had like a couple chick backup singers. Is that the one? Yeah,
okay. It's huge. And they had that I forget his name, Raffi something or whatever on keyboards, and he's been in the Foo Fighters since. And he's like a Foo Fighters keyboardist forever. But yeah, that was a sweet
children's guy, Raffi.
Indeed,
rebranded the image these days.
He's like, it's playing that, I don't know. I can't remember that guy's name.
Acoustic thing was Raffi, wasn't it?
Yeah, that guy's Raffi, but this other guy, like, he's like, it's actually that guy.
Raffi,
you know, how funny would that be? It's like,
the lesser Raffi without question.
I had a lot of hits playing making singles for kids back in the day. Now I play for the Foo Fighters. Yeah, it's gonna be dominant though. We got some good ones coming up. We got that coming up. We got fucking Pussifer coming up.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't
That's
forget
like in May, right?
I don't know.
I'll be sleeping on that for sure.
Yeah, well, I got to get some dates on my calendar on this shit.
Pretty sure that one's in May. It's going to be a huge show.
Happening. Yeah.
Where is that at?
That's at Van Andel.
Okay.
And so is the Coheed show.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Yep, it's going to be dominant.
Been a hot minute since I've been to a concert, actually. I'm trying to remember the last one I was at. It's been
Mars Volta.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, no wonder you can't remember. You fucking passed out.
A little hazy from that night. A little foggy.
Oh man, I watched some other shit that I've been fucking. Oh no, before we get into fucking other shit I watched, what about the new Opus album, which we really haven't had a chance to talk about on here at all yet either?
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That's good shit, man. I was liking it. It's kind of like a blend of new and old Opus in some ways. It's got a little mix of the generations in there. I was digging it.
I liked it too. Yeah, we got fucking nicely roasted and down here and listened to it like
That's the way to do it.
Through headphones and just like this, so like no screens or anything, and just
really
turn
soak it all in, dude.
Dude, it's kind of the way to fucking do it.
There's something to be said for really diving in and doing the experience. Like the old green room back in the day, set up shop, have it dark in there, just the black lights going.
Yep, and
a
just
little bit toasted and just focus on it. Dude. No distractions, no walking around and doing bullshit. Just banging the tunes.
And with headphones, it sounds so good. You know, and just like I was just like jamming it, like whoa.
Yeah. There's so much stuff you don't catch, like even on a good sound system. You know, like to catch every little intricacy and to really have it. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I like it. I would say my only complaint about it is there's not really like. It's hard to even tell, like, and I guess it's a concept album, but I can't even tell like when one song starts and another ends. You know, it just kind of it is very like, okay, it's obviously just a lot of pieces of music just kind of sewn together, through various transitions and stuff. So like,
the concept is confusion and poor execution.
Indeed, that's pretty much But I mean, he had just done that like soundtrack for that show a couple of years ago.
What show?
It was some detective-y, murder-y kind of show or something. Some like drama on Netflix or something. I can't remember. What
some vaguely ominous something or other. And some so.
So like I can see where he was kind of like. So it's kind of like that, but I don't know. That would be maybe my only complaint. Is it's kind of like there's no like songs. In that way, like a song, you know what I mean? Where it's like verses and choruses and things, you know?
I'm kind of indifferent. It just depends, man. Like, it's all about the execution, right? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't need to necessarily, for me, like, have that real definitive verse, chorus, verse, or whatever. Like, if it's a banger, it's a banger.
Yeah, and it's made that way on purpose.
There were some interesting vocal choices, I thought, though, dude. Some crazy weird vocal patterns and shit going on.
Yeah. Well, there's that fucking Ian Anderson, all that vocal shit, all that, like, he does the fucking, I don't know, he's like the will reader guy or whatever, like him like talking and shit. Like, that's fucking crazy. And then he plays that flute solo in there. So choice.
If you had open flute solo on your binger card, you're a big winner. Yeah, that was unexpected and glorious. It needs more flute.
It does. That's Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. That's what he does.
I gotta have it.
Yeah, he throws down the flute
Throwing it down, that JT flute solo, dude. The original JT.
It does fucking kick ass. It sounds sweet.
Tull's prime, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I don't love the last song either. The Story Never Told or something.
Yeah.
That one to me, so first of all, the song before it fades out has like an epic minute and a half fade out. And I'm like, you can't. And then it's like, and then you're coming with this other song, and it also has an epic minute and a half fade out. I'm
is
like,
it for sure because they always do the tack on bonus track shit? Like, is this definitively part of it?
100%, dude. Yeah.
Oh man, there are a few gripes I have bigger with the epic conclusion, followed by something else. Like if you're gonna, you gotta end in a fade out. Come on.
And it's like, or if it's just like a really small track at the very end or something, you can kind of do that. But then it's like a whole other song.
Yeah.
And like,
you get this big emotional crescendo. And it's like, we've got enough.
And it's like, I don't really love this song either. And I don't like how it's the only one that has a title on the album. Where all the rest are just like paragraph 1, whatever. And then it's like, and also it really feels like to me that he just had this song. Yeah. And was like, all right. And it also, this song is also part of this story.
The marketing budget was real tight until the end of the album. They were finally able to pay somebody to name the track.
I was just like, dude, you just tacked this fucking thing on here, man. This is like, I don't know. But a lot of other people are like, it's my favorite song on there. And
record companies like, we need one more, boys. Like,
like,
pull this one out of that.
We need one where you can understand anything that you're saying. But overall, though, but don't get me wrong, there is some mind-blowing fucking music on there. I mean, like, I was just listening to like, oh my god, this is out of control. Like, I've never heard anything like this. Like, so again, I'll give them that. Like, as far as originality goes, like, holy shit, man, it's like those guys fucking. The guitar solos are just insane. I like this new drummer a lot more than I liked their last drummer.
Yeah, this guy crushes.
He was great too, but yeah, this new guy's more of the style that I like and more of the style that is similar to the old Opeth that we like. It's more like precise metal,
a little more fitting, a little more metronome feel to it.
Where the last guy is like a lot jazzier.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was metal too, and then they went into jazzy directions. So like, but like in general, he was just kind of like a little jazzier.
It was more like getting back to basics with some of that new stuff blended in. It felt like versus, hey, it's this complete other direction, right? Like it's like, all right, let's take kind of the backbone of what we founded things on, what we got started with, and then sprinkle in some more of that new age, mumbo jumbo, as opposed to that being like the whole foundation of the thing. Yeah. So I was digging it.
I dig it too. I mean, I really like it. It's definitely like somebody said it's like one of the reviews is like it's a late career masterpiece, and I was like, it really is.
Yeah,
they like really like it's like, all right, that really cemented a legacy for Opeth. Now that like this band like kind of killed it, because like it's been kind of a little bit on it, like all right,
they've been around for like what? I mean, over 25 years, right?
Well, they technically got together in like 94 or something. Their first like real record was like 97, 98 or something like that. I mean, they got together when he was like 16 or something or whatever,
right?
Or some shit like that. So
on the shores of Nova Scotia, just salmon fishing,
indeed,
eating various forms of herring and whatnot,
and playing fucking acoustic guitar on the wharf out there, just going, a story never told. He's like, I finally got a good spot for this song I wrote when I was 16
out on the fjords.
Indeed. I wrote this on the fjords. Yeah. Oh man, those guys are just getting uglier by the minute too, dude. Every fucking one of them. Jesus Christ, that is an ugly group of men, dude.
There's a special place in hell reserved for a handsome metal band, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
I need a bunch of murder face looking motherfuckers in my metal bands.
True that, man. They're fucking Tool. Like, Jesus Christ, those guys are hideous.
Hideous, grotesque monsters.
Except for Chancellor is a handsome bastard. But the rest of them, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Danny Carey, all fucking 8 feet, 6 of them. Gotta have it.
Jones, dude. Like, I remember my fucking brother being all hammered one time, going off about how Adam Jones is Gollum.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You can't conjure up the appropriate amount of fury and angst needed for metal if you're a handsome man. You got nothing to be screaming about if you're a good looking dude. Come
that's all right. That's a good point.
You get down to it.
Yeah, that's why I don't play metal.
Yeah, indeed. Goes without saying.
Yeah, the new Opeth fucks. I like it a lot. I think that it's I mean, I don't know. You got an album of the year. That was something we didn't We talk about it all.
Oh,
it
man.
might be that Opeth, but mine's probably a different one.
Off the top of my head, I got no idea.
Yeah. Did you really listen to much this year?
I've been on such a podcast kick, primarily this one, of course,
Indeed.
which goes without saying. But no, man, I spent a lot of time
Yeah.
listening to podcasts, which really cut into the tunes time, you know?
That's the thing, is there's so much shit to like listen to that
Yeah.
My record of the year, though, I think is that fucking Justin Timberlake album. At the beginning of the year, I listened to that like nonstop.
It's a solid call, dude. It's a banger of an album.
Yeah, it kicks ass.
I was going back through some old In Sync when that album came out.
Yeah.
Really getting the vibes back in preparation for it, dude. That shit still fucks. And it's so awesome. I love that shit so much.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. Yeah, Timberlake. No, that's probably my record of the year. That one got a lot of play. This Opeth got a lot of play at the end of the year here. That's about it. That's probably about it.
New Snoop late game edition.
Yeah, that'll be huge.
I don't know if it's album of the year quality, but it's
I mean,
good
clearly
shit.
it is. Anything by Snoop. That's what I was
Always going to be a contender.
breaking balls. I was like, yeah, the metal album of the year is definitely Snoop and Dre. It's like every album of the year is just, it's definitely Snoop.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be fucking phenomenal for sure.
Dude, okay, you talked about this for a quick second. I hadn't seen the final episode at the time you brought it up, but the penguin,
Oh, the
my
penguin,
friend.
dude!
Oh
Yeah,
my
I told you,
God.
dude.
Oh
That's
my
one
God.
of the, like, literally one of the greatest fucking like pieces
that
of TV
last
ever made.
episode, dude.
It
It's
was
so good.
So good. It was every minute of it was like just like the choicest, craziest shit that could have ever happened.
All the shit, like, not to spoil anything, I won't get into, but all the stuff with the mom, dude, all the
Dude,
creepy
so
fucking
fucked
Norman
up, man.
Bates type
Oh,
shit
yeah.
going on. Oh my
So
God,
fucked
dude.
up.
HBO is so good. They're the best ever at making you love characters that by all means you
That
should
are
hate, dude, you know?
horrible. Yeah.
Tony Soprano.
There's so much of that Penguin show that was very Sopranos, you know.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that was just like they really fucking pulled
Which
that
is
card
why it
in.
ruled, though,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
that's why Batman continues to be a banger.
Yes.
It's not like a superhero thing.
Yes.
Like, it's got
Yeah,
actual
it's actually
characters.
great.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude. But goddamn, that Penguin show ruled. I
Yeah.
really hope they bring that back. I know
Yeah.
they were just doing a limited run, but man, it'd be
No,
sweet if they brought that back.
What apparently, so they're gonna do, he said he's got a little bit of a role in the next Batman movie, and then he has a major role in the third Batman movie.
I was trying to remember. Wasn't he in one of the recent Batman? Yeah.
He's
In
the Penguin
the
in the
Batman?
Batman. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Okay.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like, it's kind of the same thing where he's kind of like he's not like the villain, but he's like kind of a minor role in a way, but like, you know, but it plays in or whatever. And then
Yeah.
there's like this story, which they wrote as a standalone thing, but it kind of sounds like it's going to be like the third one is really going to be, he's going to be like the villain. So like this next one will be like, who knows who else? Probably the Joker, because they kind of set that up. But
Was that the Joker at the end there? I don't even remember. I thought was it the Riddler?
At the end, well, the Riddler was the guy in the Batman, the movie. He was the main.
Who's the dude in the mask they set up at the end?
So at the end of what? The Batman, or at the end of the
at
Penguin?
the end of the Batman.
At the end of the Batman, there's the Riddler is like in prison in Arkham, and he like starts talking to this guy who is clearly set up to be the Joker through his prison wall. This guy's like doing the Joker laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same. They're like they're setting it up to like, yeah, it's going to be the Joker in the second one. Like,
I saw they got a Folie à Deux coming out on HBO in the next few days here. It's supposed to be the most tragic piece of shit ever made. It's been universally shat upon by everybody.
No. Someone actually just saw a headline that was like, I still can't get over how bad the Joker 2 failed.
I mean, your boy called this from day one. It's a musical starring Lady Gaga. It stinks.
I mean, a musical starring Lady Gaga makes sense. Who else would be starring?
Not
you
the
know?
Joker. Yeah, this thing was set up to be tragic from day one. It would have piss poor idea that wasn't. Then now all sorts of people are trying to spin it as like Todd Phillips giving a big fuck you to, or Joaquin Phoenix. Right? I heard the the thing they were like trying to say, like, oh, he's just doing it as a fuck you to Hollywood. It's like, no, you guys had a piss poor idea. Didn't execute it. You muffed it.
Like they'd be saying that if it made fucking hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever. Yeah,
Well, I'd be
I
catching
definitely
it.
didn't see it.
Probably.
I'll probably watch it out of spite. I also think they really failed in the marketing of it too. Like, it didn't really seem like it, but maybe they just knew it was bad, so they didn't want to put a bunch of money.
Yeah, they were
into,
trying to sweep that thing under the rug for sure.
Yeah, that could be. But what I think they're gonna do though is there's gonna be a different limited series of about a different character after this next Batman movie.
So it'll without be like, question, they're gonna do the whole Batverse for sure.
Yeah,
just
so
making
it'll be
money
like,
hand over fist, bro.
Right. And who knows what it'll be, but you know, they'll have the Batman, they have the Penguin. It'll probably be, you know, whatever. It could be anybody. It could be any of them, you know, whoever they decide to go with.
I also watched that Shogun show that I think came out like a year ago, FX show.
Yeah, I remember everybody was talking about that.
Shogun.
Yeah.
Baby. Shogun is the bee's knees. I do love me some FX.
I don't even know that I can even watch FX stuff. Like, I don't have cable. I don't have Hulu. I don't know what it's
Hulu
on.
Live, it's on there, and you can do the
I do
FX
not.
app. But goddamn, man, FX crushes it.
Yeah. There's so much goddamn good shit and so much bad shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad shit, you know what else I watched? Just caught the new Beetlejuice.
Ooh,
Beetlejuice.
How was it? I was thinking about watching it. Didn't pull the trigger yet.
Awful.
No go.
Just awful.
Yeah.
There's like some funny stuff. Like, there's parts where I laughed. There's like funny gags, funny lines. Michael Keaton's good. But like, there is like, I don't want to say there's no plot. There's like 5 terrible plots. Like, equaling no plot. And I feel like they do this with all these movies now. Like, it's like the new Ghostbusters is like this. It's like they don't know what direction, so they just like, oh, we could do this, or this. Why don't we do all of them? And then there's no movie. Like, it's just fucking.
You gotta have some idea what you're doing. There's nothing worse than just the smattering of lackluster plot lines. I'm all set on that. I couldn't bring myself to watch that new Ghostbusters or any of the
it was
newer
like,
Ghostbusters
that was
for that
okay.
matter.
I liked it. I liked it. That one was probably better than the
Frozen
Beetlejuice.
Earth or Frozen World.
Frozen
I think
Empire.
yeah.
That one was pretty good. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's just, it definitely fails in that same thing where there's like all these there's like too many plots. Like, you're trying to get too many characters, and like this new Beetlejuice. So fucking spoiler alert here, and I know you haven't seen it, but like, it doesn't fucking matter.
I won't be watching this movie.
There's like this plot of like his old wife is coming back to like kill him, and it's Monica Bellucci, who's cool. I like Monica Bellucci, but like, she really has like no lines, none of it again like wraps up. There's no like point to any of it.
Need a more Baldwin at the end of the day.
Yeah,
get it down to it.
Yeah, or no, it's Bill Pullman.
Was Pullman in the original one?
Yeah, it's Pullman.
I thought it was Baldwin.
Maybe it is Baldwin. Maybe I'm wrong.
Gotta give it a goog.
Yeah, it is Alec Baldwin.
But Pullman's in the new one?
No. I'm mistaking.
I would take either one. I would take Baldwin or Pullman.
That era of Pullman and Alec Baldwin are an identical man. They really are, dude. Like, Bill Pullman's dead, isn't he?
Bill Paxton's dead, as far as I know. Pullman remains.
Yeah, dude. I think I might have already done this on the podcast saying Bill Pullman's dead, and they're like, no, he's good.
It's the same guy. Definitely Baldwin.
You're right. That's my bad. It doesn't matter. But no, him and Gina Davis are not in it. But it is. It's starring fucking what's her face that plays
Winona Ryder. Yeah.
So that's cool. It's got Catherine O'Hara. She's always great.
Yeah.
It's now starring fucking Jenna Ortega, who's like, you know, the fucking it girl of the moment, one of them or whatever.
Is she a pop singer or is she
she's just an actress. And she was in that Wednesday show playing Wednesday Addams, which I think was also a Tim Burton joint. It was like a show on Netflix.
I know my mom watched that. I've never
she's
seen
like
it.
Fucking huge right now.
I've heard the name on a bunch of shit
everywhere, you know. And she's not good.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Just bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a great. It might not be her fault either, because it was like she's Lydia Dietz's daughter, and it's just very. I hate my mom.
In fairness, it was the sequel to Beetlejuice, so she can't be held
Beetlejuice
responsible.
rules.
Yeah,
I mean,
Beetlejuice is
that's
shows.
a great movie. Talking about like original.
I don't think we need a
and-
sequel about it 30 years after the
I know.
fact, though.
They could have done more. Maybe if they'd have done it a little sooner and had a little bit more like clear like direction of where this needs to go.
The only
or something.
sequel with that kind of time lapse between it and the original that I'm going to allow is Happy Gilmore 2, my friend.
Oh,
That's
gonna
all we
be.
need.
It's gonna be
That's all you
awful.
need. No,
it's gonna be
huge.
fucking awful.
God, it's going to be good shit.
We'll see. Maybe.
I've grown to have a real appreciation for terrible Adam Sandler movies the
Well,
older I get.
they're all
There's
terrible.
just something to be said for Sandler. He really gets it done for me
Yeah.
these days.
Sandler, it's some funny stuff. I haven't
It's
seen.
good-natured hijinks.
I tried to watch. The last one I tried to watch was the one where they're like gunslingers in the Old West. It's him and fucking
Oh, yeah, I
Rob
never saw
Schneider.
that one, yeah.
It was. I literally turned
Rob
it off.
Schneider
and, like,
was in it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah, sorry. It's like yes, he's in literally every single. He stinks, dude. Oh my god.
Schneider's the man, dude.
Ugh, he's so bad. He got like booed off stage or something. He's like, cause he's like super like, and it's fine, whatever. But he's like super hardcore, like right wing now.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, dude, like shut the fuck up, dude. You're Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
You fucking suck, dude. You just shut up.
So
do
I'll
your
say a deep breath there, Deuce Bigelow.
yeah,
Let's fucking calm
seriously,
down,
man.
man.
It's no, come on, dude. You're in bit parts, and you wouldn't even be working if it wasn't for Adam Sandler being friends with you.
I
So
mean,
just
the
shut
talent's
fuck up.
undeniable. It's unquestionable.
It's questionable.
Schneider's an American treasure, my friend. You know this.
But I don't even remember what it was called. It was like the something 8, or it was like a riff on like the whatever 7, Magnificent 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was literally, I had to turn it off.
Yeah,
I
that
had to
sounds
turn it
about
off.
right.
But yeah, I kind of barely made it through Beetlejuice, if I'm being honest. I'm just like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
hold off on that. I thought about pulling the trigger the other day, and it's like,
You should watch it. Again, there's some funny shit. There's a fucking cameo from a couple people in there.
Yeah.
The funny part is that fucking the guy that played the dad, that Jeffrey Jones dude, who's like that guy of that era. He plays Catherine O'Hara's husband, like the kind of goofball dad in the original
Okay.
movie. Well, he got like, I don't know exactly what, but he got like super hardcore Me Too'd or something. So like, I don't know exactly what happened, but he's like not in this movie at all. And it's kind of funny how they handle it, but it's also just kind of like,
yeah.
this is fucking ridiculous.
You know what I did watch instead, though? I pulled the trigger on a Dream Scenario starring Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
It's pretty inappropriate.
Okay, I don't even know what that is.
It's it's an A24 flick, which I've been raving over. It wasn't my favorite, to be honest. It was good, not terribly exciting, but it's this whole thing like Nicolas Cage's character just starts appearing in people's dreams, and it's like
Right,
this
yeah,
phenomenon
okay,
where
yeah.
everybody's like seeing Nicolas Cage in their dreams, which is kind of awesome. At the end of the day.
That's about
Need
right.
more Cage in my dreams. but
Indeed.
I'd be hard pressed to think of another guy who has had as many terrible movies and terrible performances as him, but has also had just like utter bangers. Like
Yep.
Weatherman was incredible, Adaptation was incredible,
Yeah.
bunch of other fun ones in there. But God, that guy's made
Lord of
some utter
War.
dog shit.
There
Lord
was,
of
like,
War was
that,
chill. I
that
thought.
era of him is just fucking killer.
Yeah, it was a little understated Cage.
Indeed.
Well,
He's
Cage,
always
like-
fucking all over the place now. There's a bunch of like that fucking Nosferatu's coming out. here
Oh
soon.
yeah, with that mustard plug track / quote or something on there. I know they're referencing mustard plug.
Yeah, that was that other fucking vampire movie.
Oh, is he doing like an? Is there another Cage with Nosferatu?
No, the Nosferatu's like the kid that played it. It's another one of these A24 fucking
okay.
black and white. The Vitch guy.
Oh
like,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It's supposed to be like amazing. Actually, it looks pretty fucking.
Those guys knock it out of the park a great deal of the time.
Yeah, pretty excited about that. It should be pretty good, or it'll be terrible. We'll see.
Indeed.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Also caught this flick, which is supposed to be like a big horror movie this year. I didn't get a chance to get to it before Halloween, but Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, that was like Stephen King's pick of the year. He was like, it's the choicest horror.
It was choice, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I thought it
really
looked
like
good.
that much horror. It was like
Yeah.
as much drama and thriller and like kind of horror at the end, but that wasn't like necessarily the focus of it.
Yeah, that's one on my fucking list.
It was really cool how they did it. I think it's on Netflix or HBO. It's on one of them, so you can definitely definitely catch it. But super fun. The whole thing was like late night 70s talk show style.
Yeah.
You know, the whole premise is like it's this guy who's this up and coming late night host trying to compete with Carson. So it's all shot with like 70s looking cameras and in the
I remember it's
style
supposed to look like it's on VHS or something.
Yeah, super fun. Dude. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Pretty choice. Gotta have it.
Indeed. What else is going on here? I got my fucking handy dandy fucking list.
Take a little breaksville and refill the drink before we get into the next one here.
Let me get into one more thing before we do that.
All right.
Speaking of fucking being me too'd here, you catching this fucking, they're coming at Jay-Z now.
Yeah, I saw that, dude.
Yeah.
Some kind of child RA.
It's all tied into this Diddy shit.
Stuff.
It's the fucking Diddy thing, so.
There have been rumblings, but I don't know, man. Have they gotten much into it? I didn't do like a deep dive into it yet. There's some kind of after party, something or other shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know. There's fucking, it's fucking Jay-Z, man. He was fucking some girl. I don't know.
Coming from Jay-Z and Queen Bee next up on the list.
That's just kind of like, who knows what the fuck to believe. What I know for sure is Jay-Z's dreadlocks are preposterous.
He looks
it's
ridiculous.
Time to let it go, dude. Like,
speaking
really,
of hideous, man, if there's anybody that should have went the metal route, it was Jay-Z. He is a grotesque looking man.
He is an ugly son of a bitch.
Really not attractive in any way, shape, or form.
Indeed. Imagine the kind of money he's got to have to get Beyonce into bed with him too. Jesus Christ. Jay-Z stinks. I've never been a big fan, honestly.
That's another terrible call. Jay-Z's the man, dude.
I don't get it. I've never I don't know. I don't get it.
Talked about this before, but I saw the first rap show I've ever been to, which was one of only two, but him and Eminem.
Yeah, and he crushed
dude. This Jay-Z to Mike just throwing it down.
I believe that, yeah.
Jay-Z lays waste, dude.
Yeah, I had those records back in the day, like it was the Blueprint or something like that. And
Blueprint was a banger.
It was cool, but like it never I don't know. I liked the Wu-Tang records I had and the Dre and shit.
Yeah.
That I had better. Like I remember it was fucking Bubba was preaching those Jay-Z records.
Oh yeah,
dude.
big into it.
Really into those albums, like playing them all the time and shit.
I never really kept up on it. You know, I pretty much listened to Blueprint 2, and maybe a third one. They were choice, but.
And what's funny is he wrote fucking some of those fucking banger tracks on 2001, on Chronic 2001.
That's still Dre. I think he wrote that whole thing, probably among others, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's really fucking funny. That
pretty dominant lyricist. I don't think so. I've heard this said, I don't know if it's like rumor or whatever, but I guess he doesn't write anything down. He just kind of, it's all in the head, supposedly.
I call bullshit on that. No way, dude. Like, you might be able to like do that and like, but like eventually you're gonna have to like write it down. Like, no fucking way you're like just memorizing everything, and like that's just Rogan talking shit.
Savant status, bro.
No way, dude.
Jay-Z just laying waste,
man. That's what the dreadlocks keep growing. It's where he stores the lyrics, dude. In the fucking dreadlocks, dude.
It's kind of supercomputer scenario.
Yeah.
Side note, I don't know if you get to claim yourself as the ultimate businessman. Just like I sold a bunch of drugs and made a fortune and then turned that into more money.
Yeah. I know that whole thing.
Overrated. Dude.
Yeah, okay,
Stinks.
dude. Yeah, indeed. Jay-Z stinks. No, I guess it's whatever. I don't know. And I'm not sure I believe all these allegations. It's like, and also it's like, it's some Jane Doe. And I'm just like, okay, like I thought it was like you had the right to face your accuser.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, obviously, I don't know the first thing about it, so I'm not saying what did or didn't happen. But inevitably, when something like this comes out, like stones are going to get thrown in every direction, right? Like people are going to gun for him. There's going to be lawsuits and settlements and all that shit.
Trying to fucking get paid.
It just especially with this whole scenario, because this is these big nebulous parties, right? So if you were there. In theory, and then it's just easier to pay it and make it go away, and then these people get a nice pay, which again, like, could be totally valid. No idea, no knowledge of the situation. My time at the Diddy parties, I wasn't paying that much attention to what was going on.
Indeed. And I was that boy. All right, let's definitely get another drink.
Yeah. Oh, that was a lackluster clack. That was the Beetlejuice of clacks right there. All right. So I saw this over Thanksgiving. I'm hoping this is as good as I remember. This is the most absurd commercial I think I've ever seen. Like, I had to do a Google of this immediately, and I started typing it in, and immediately the results were like, is this commercial real?
Right.
This guy is just doing
guy.
Jackie Childs.
Yeah.
It's a pure
Look at
Jackie
those
Childs
glasses,
ripoff
dude.
with
Yeah.
hilarious consequences. Susan, can we get a little audio on this bad boy?
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog.
Hell
but
yeah, you
finding
do.
one is laborious. It's strenuous. It's sacrifice. That's why you need to call the number on your screen now.
Yeah, he's just
You'll be
doing
This guy
Jackie
rules
Childs.
at an
Yeah.
incredible
You
rate,
got questions? They got answers. They know the lingalese, the lingo, the parlance, the jargon. They'll even tell you how much your case could be worth. 300,000, 2 million, 86,490. All sorts of numbers. Slip and falls,
All sorts of
accidents, car, truck, bus, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get money, I don't get money. So I compel you, I impel you, and implore you to pick up that phone and make that call now to see what your case could be worth.
Call Allied Injury Group for a free
I am actively hoping to get hit by some kind of city transit vehicle so I can get this guy on my side. This guy
That was
doesn't work.
sensational.
This guy's a bulldog.
That was
This guy's the man.
sensational. Yeah, I love that.
My friend, before we move on, we're coming up
Okay.
to the holiday season here.
We are
right?
indeed. No.
The holidays are a thing for many times. It's about spending time with friends and
Is that what it's
family,
about? Okay.
catching up with loved ones, saying all the things that we're thankful for, and maybe most importantly of all, leaning on old traditions, my friend.
Okay.
In the spirit of doing so, and at the demand of the people, after much consternation, after much time,
Oh no.
we've got a little something here.
Dangerville Podcast presents News of the World.
God damn it! I thought we'd
Very
ended this
loud,
fucking
yes.
this fucking terrible bullshit.
You know, the people demanded more lackluster
Indeed.
and half-assed efforts at humor
I had a
here.
few kind of lined up here a little bit too, but yeah.
Let's see the news of the pros here, my friend.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, good.
First up on the docket, we've got Hawk Tuah Girl is now facing accusations that her cryptocurrency, which launched last week, was part of a pump and dump scam, my friend.
Jesus Christ! You don't
Yes.
even need to do it. Come on. God damn.
Hawk Tuah has become involved in the world of cryptocurrency, which
Ugh.
led to the launch of her own cryptocurrency, a meme coin based on her own viral success, and is now being accused of a pump and dump scam.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Okay.
One man who lost thousands on the scam commented, "I'm shocked and disappointed by the actions of Hawk Tuah. Of all the places I would have expected her to spit, in the faces of her investors was last on the list, my friend." Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hawk Tuah responded by saying this was far from a pump and dump scam. Unfortunately, the coin simply didn't take off as we'd hoped. But I understand better than most that this fact may be tough to swallow.
Oh.
Tough to swallow. Yes.
I love how her name now is just Hawk Tuah. It's like, what is she, a Native American chief or something? You know, like
They had her actual name there. I was like, no, I'm stick with Hawk
it's
Tuah.
Haley something. I couldn't tell you. the
That
last
sounds
name.
about right. That's Hawk Tuah.
Indeed.
And last but not least, not that it's funny, but it just had to be done, Tuah went on to say that she had never even heard of the term pump and dump, and in her circle, they simply refer to it as a Saturday night.
Let's go, Jerry. Go.
It's not.
Yeah.
Homeland Security shares new details of mysterious drone flights over New Jersey, lawmaker says. You see this one?
This is on my list.
Yeah, we should
here.
get into this in a little bit after this hilarious
All right.
joke.
Yeah.
The large mysterious drones reported flying over parts of New Jersey in recent weeks appear to avoid detection by traditional methods like helicopters and radio, according to the Department of Homeland Security. U.S. officials are hopeful that the technology can be leveraged to make the cast of the Jersey Shore similarly undetectable. Undetectable.
Yeah, I've been fucking making jokes about that dude. Like, why the fuck they in New Jersey?
Yeah, I do want to get into that a little bit for sure.
Yeah, indeed.
Because I read roughly 10 seconds on it.
Same.
I'm certainly an expert at this point. Stowaway who boarded New York to Paris flight claims she sought asylum in France. A Russian woman who returned to the United States after authorities said she sneaked on board a flight from New York to Paris made her appearance in court on Thursday, claiming she had been abused. The The woman detailed unspeakable atrocities, including being imprisoned, held in a room so cold she eventually lost consciousness, and being forced to sit through Putin's one-man rendition of Mamma Mia.
What the hell was that?
Oof, not good. Hey, since she claimed asylum and was by herself, does that make her a soul asylum? A soul asylum? Glorious wordplay.
No, it does not.
A soul asylum? All right, moving right along here. Well, this one's not good either. This is a series of bad jokes. Philadelphians channeled their inner Stallone at Rocky and Adrian lookalike contest.
Okay.
Yes. Couples who look awkward on skates had a chance to reenact the first date scene between Rocky and Adrian during Philadelphia's Rocky Fest last Friday.
Okay.
Yes, realizing that tripping while on skates wouldn't be enough to get the job done, the Rocky lookalike winner took his performance to the next level by also stumbling over even the simplest of sentences.
Questionable. So fucking weak.
Questionable materials. You know, after being out for a couple of months here on the news, you're really becoming some A material here.
I was really thinking about putting the nose to the grindstone, coming up with some good stuff. Like, now I've been mailing this in once again. World's oldest known wild bird lays an egg in Hawaii at age 74.
Wow.
Yes, you hear about this one.
Wow.
The oldest known wild bird in the world has laid an egg at the ripe age of 74. U.S. wildlife officials said. Shout out to the new mother.
Yeah.
The bird is the oldest thing to lay an egg since 70-year-old Jerry Seinfeld's film debut in Frosted. Frosted.
Hey now. That was not his film debut, but close enough.
We're going to go with that. Was he in other stuff?
He had that B movie or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a big movie. It made a lot of money.
B movie stinks.
I mean, did you see it? I didn't. No.
Really good to
It's
say.
animated, so I don't know.
Oh, the B. Yeah,
the B movie.
Yeah, it's his directorial debut. Let's give me a little license here. Oh, this is not going well. All right. UK spy agency releases annual Christmas card puzzle to uncover future code breakers. So Britain's Electronic and Cyber Intelligence Agency published its annual Christmas card challenge, a seasonal greeting card that doubles as a set of fiendishly difficult puzzles designed to excite young minds about solving ciphers and unearthing clues. Yes.
Wow, okay.
This year, people will be tasked with solving the most difficult puzzle to date, how anyone could have been stupid enough to invest in a Hawk Tuah cryptocurrency. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is yours.
The Dangerville Podcast presents News of the World.
Oh, yes.
Wildly uninspired material as always. It feels good to get back to basics.
Indeed. Yeah, now you got me fucking wanting to write. I was thinking about it. Like, I was looking at something. I had a few things. The first one, the fucking immediate one, was before this fucking CEO shooting thing became the biggest story.
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally the first fucking 2 seconds I saw the headline, it was like, well, I probably would have saved his life if he had better coverage. It's like, I was like, oh man, I got to start fucking.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna jump on that one for
such
sure.
a low hanging fruit, but
yeah, Hawk Tuah pumping up. I was compelled. I was like, okay, this is
that just writes itself. Come on,
doesn't write itself well, but it does indeed write itself. Yeah.
I can't believe that fucking girl's still around. Like, why would she think that she could make a cryptocurrency?
That whole thing is such a fucking sham of a space to begin with.
Yeah,
basically everything besides Bitcoin
and then you have the
just utter
lowest
trash.
tier 15 minutes of fame celebrity or whatever, you know.
She's got her own podcast called Talk Tuah. Which is pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, that's well played.
Oh, Lord.
It's a dominant pun.
I guess get your money while you can.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah, good. Nothing against her, but like, that's a terrible fucking goddamn.
But you saw this whole deal about the New Jersey drone thing?
Yeah. Actually, I've seen it. It was pointed out to me originally, but I'm not following it super. To me, so the first thing I was like, oh, that's weird, you know. And I'm making like fucking aliens jokes, you know, like aliens, you know. But it's like it's still happening. Yeah, it's been like a month.
I guess they're like 6 feet wide.
Yeah,
so
they're like
pretty
the
fucking
size
wild.
of
They're big
a
monsters.
Volkswagen.
Yeah. But I think they're catching them over like government air bases. What was the one? Over a U.S. military research facility. They caught one over Trump's golf course somewhere out that way, which is pretty funny, dude.
Trump's got golf courses fucking everywhere. You know? Hilariously.
Pretty fucking wild, though.
No, it is. And like, have you seen
no
them?
clue.
There's like the video of them. They're like weird, like bright light on top.
No.
Fucking.
What's your guess here? Some kind of Chinese spy drone action?
It's probably something like that. It's either fucking idiots fucking around. Basically, that's number one. Just some fucking boneheads like us that built some shit in their garage, put a bunch of fucking lights on it, and are flying it around for the funsies.
Which is a hilarious move, by the way. We should be doing that possibly later this weekend.
So it could be that. Could be that it's the fucking Chinese, the Iranians, possibly the Canadians.
Could be the Canadians, the Canucks.
Yeah. It could be some fucking that advanced Canuck technology. Right. So I mean that's the fucking actual serious fucking thing, or it could be. I'm not saying it was, but it was aliens.
The question needs to be asked at a minimum.
It's definitely fucking aliens. Come on, how is it not aliens?
Right.
It's fucking clearly aliens. Yeah, I don't know. They're like, there was some statement issued about it and stuff. They literally have to be like, don't shoot at these things. Like they had to like,
why not? Dude, shoot the hell out of these things.
They had to issue a statement to like first responders, like fire department, police, and shit, to like how they should respond if
bus caps who get Snoop and Dre out there.
Seriously,
a little bit of Chronic, let them take that shit down.
But they are also like, they're not shooting them down, and I'm like, why the fuck are you shooting? Like, shoot the thing down.
Yeah,
like I'm like, what? It's
we
like,
have no idea what these are. There's a high likelihood it's one of our mortal enemies, and
they're flying
shoot the goddamn
over
things down.
And like you're saying, like government shit, airports and shit, which is like, like we have like rules about fly zones and shit. Like if this is something else, like it's fair game for it to be shot down. Like you remember everybody was shitting their pants about the fucking spy balloons and shit. It's like, really?
Yeah.
And now like, like these fucking things are flying around and you're not going to shoot them down.
Take them down. Take them down, because if you get them down, I would assume you can get the footage and or at least do some recon and figure out what the hell these things are, where they're coming from.
Like, okay, this is just some whatever, or you can fucking figure it out. Like, why are you not shooting these down?
How many of them are there? Do you know? Like, I know they've been seeing them for many weeks now. It sounds like.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I haven't really followed it that closely. I still have huge opinions, of course. that's what everything I'm talking about.
Wildly uninformed.
I literally read like one headline on one thing and regurgitate it here. I have no idea what's happening.
Kind of the way to do it. That's the move.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird though, and like it really is. I'm like, why fucking New Jersey? And it's like there, there's got to be like military shit on the New Jersey shore for sure, right?
Well, all the shit on. And there's for sure one confirmed over there they've been seen over.
Yeah, anywhere up and down.
I think anything on the coast, there's all sorts of that shit, like naval shipyards, obviously going in and out there.
It's not like Norfolk, you know what I mean? It's like the major like hubs and shit. So like, I don't know. It's pretty weird.
In conclusion, shoot them down.
In conclusion, fucking shoot them
first,
down.
Ask questions later.
Seriously.
It's the American way. We try to do it America style.
Yes, and it's also New Jersey. Like, there's a lot of fucking people with a lot of guns in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
What the fuck is New Jersey doing here?
Worst case scenario, you take out Snooki by proxy. It's a win-win at the end of the day.
I'm a little, all of a sudden, really mad at New Jersey. I'm irate about the people of New Jersey not taking this into their own hands and fucking blasting these things down. We know you guys got guns. Yeah. Come on, Tony Soprano. Where the fuck you at on this, dude? Let's fucking knock these things down. Oh, hey, oh.
Inquiring minds want to know, dude. I'm all in on this story now.
It's pretty
By that, I mean, I won't be reading another word about it. But
yeah, definitely not.
At some point, I'll hear something great about it.
We'll have to...
marginally interested.
We'll have to hit up Jordan and have him come in and fill us in on all things New
Resident
Jersey.
UFO expert. Shout out Jordan. Also, we need some eggs. get a few of those cage-free eggs.
Yeah. Wait, what? No. What? Eggs.
Jordan's got those eggs.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
I thought Beto was bringing in the eggs.
Both, dude.
Yeah, indeed.
Had eggs coming in for days.
I
at
know.
one
There's no
point.
egg situation. The whole reason we were doing this fucking show is to get that fucking.
It was just strictly for free eggs.
Sweet free eggs. Brian's chickens, I'm sure, are long dead. He's in Mexico.
He's gallivanting around in Mexico, dude.
It's going.
He's on some favela down there.
Indeed. All of a sudden, it's gonna dawn on him right now. Like, oh yeah, I think I had chickens or something. Yeah, indeed. There was also some UFO hearing again a couple weeks ago or something. It wasn't even like talking about it. It's like, yeah, aliens are real. We get it.
Everybody's fed up. Give me the goods. Give me a body. Show me a body, son.
Did you see the new documentary on Netflix with fucking George Knapp?
No.
It's a really good documentary.
What's it called?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has alien in the title.
That sounds about right.
It's George Knapp, and he's talking about all this new shit and about all the fucking.
To write this down. Give it a look.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I like George Knapp a lot. I'm a big fan of the Napster. I can forget what the fuck it's called, but yeah, I don't know. It's the same. He kind of goes through the story about this original hearing because he was like there and involved in like all they literally like asked him like, who should we get to present to Congress?
Yeah.
And so that's why he's like front and center in that. If you remember the footage, he's like right there behind that guy's that Grush dude and the Tic Tac guy.
Which, how wild is that, dude? These guys that like 20 years ago would have just been labeled conspiracy theory. I mean, what's your take on all this? Do you think this is legit? Do you think this is some bullshit, dude? Some misdirection?
No, I don't think it's misdirection at all. I think there's finally enough people. I mean, the people that grew up believing all of this shit to be real, like us, are now
X-Files fans.
Yes, X-Files fans are now aging into the arena where they are now the people in charge, and they're starting to be able to like push in these directions and actually get shit
maybe
out there as much as they can. I mean, I read that Louis Elizondo guy's book. Yeah. And he was a big player in all this, and the same story with he's the guy that broke the Tic Tac thing. He was the guy that was literally in the Pentagon running their UFO investigation area and all that shit. Then fucking left and went and worked with Tom DeLonge and all that shit. But I mean, that's literally like kind of the shit that he's kind of talking about. And like, that's a fucking good book. It was a good book. He's a little self-serving in that book, I will say. He's a little like, I'm the man. But
and that's kind of expected, though, I'd imagine, right? Like, if you're these guys toiling in obscurity for decades and everybody's shitting on you and you're the molder of the group and you're the butt of everybody's joke, and then finally you're getting some airtime and you're on some of these big shows and getting your moment in the sun, like, yeah, motherfuckers, I've been telling you this for years. Soak me in a little bit.
Interestingly, though, that guy in particular was really not that guy. He didn't have any interest in UFOs at all until he got brought in from the intelligence community. He worked on fucking Guantanamo Bay and shit. And like, so they brought him in as like this like kind of outside guy, and he was kind of like, I don't know anything about any of this. And then like after working on it for like 4 years, he's like, oh, this is absolutely like, there's definitely fucking UFOs.
If you take it all at face value. But the other thing, like, who knows, right? And there are obviously like multiple scenarios, theories about it. It could be the useful idiot thing, and or this guy is a mouthpiece for whatever disinformation they're trying to get out there. Because like,
you can always,
if it's
you can
our
always
shit,
go that way. Yep.
It's a pretty good misdirect. Like, oh, nope, it's aliens. Definitely aliens. We'll get the...
And nothing fucking, like, ruins your credibility than being like, yeah, I was working with Tom DeLonge.
Dude.
Even like Travis Barker's credibility.
Even the producers of Blink-182.
Mark Hopper's credibility. All these guys just have, you know, they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, when I was working with Mark DeLonge on this.
Yeah, I'm not buying what that guy's selling one bit. Dude, Tom DeLonge comes across as the least incredible human being I think I've ever heard.
He's the molder of the thing. That's like what you were just talking about. He's the guy that for years has been going, I'm fucking been telling him. This Louise, Lou, they call him Lou. It's like, you know, Louis or whatever, Elizondo. But he was like, his whole thing, at least is what he's saying, is that he basically intentionally resigned in protest, basically, with the intention of still works with his team in the Pentagon with the intention of being like, I'm going to resign intentionally so I can now go and be that mouthpiece,
Right.
which is like, that's kind of cool.
But at this point, like, my whole thing is, I don't know if I'm going to believe it regardless of what's shown, because you have no
Yeah,
way,
I know.
you know, like even if they show you physical footage of an aircraft, like, okay, you can make that on any sci-fi movie, television show, whatever. Like, is it real? Is it bullshit? There's no way to know. There's no way to vet the information.
Aliens.
Almost has to be. That guy's the man.
Yeah, he really is.
The guy made a cameo in a sci-fi show that I was watching the other day. I was like, show us.
Good for him.
Gotta have more of this guy.
Yeah, indeed. What the fuck is that guy's name?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Alien hair guy. Dude. Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Indeed. Yeah. Let's see. We got any fucking other shit on my list here we got to talk about? Oh, this one's kind of a bit of a downer here, a little bit. Not a lot to say about this, but did you hear about Conan O'Brien's parents?
No.
His parents, who he was super close with, and if you're a fan of Conan, he's talked about his parents a lot. Like, his dad was like a fucking doctor or whatever, but they both just passed away within 3 days of each other.
Damn, dude, that's a bummer.
And they're both, obviously, they were both like
getting way
90s.
up there, yeah.
So
Good
in that
solid
regard,
going.
it's like, you know, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Like, because, you know, Conan's 60 or something now.
God damn, you don't think about that, but yeah, I mean, he's been around forever, dude.
Yeah. So
I still
RIP
never
Conan's
caught
parents.
Conan's podcast. I got to get up on that.
Oh, it's great,
Heard
dude.
very good
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Seems like it would be great. Second only to this podcast, one would assume.
Yeah. Conan's the fucking man, dude.
Nor have I watched the Conan HBO.
I think
Conan
there's
O'Brien was
a
good.
new season of it dropping here. Either just dropped or is dropping soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, Conan's fucking
Conan's the man, dude.
hilarious.
There are few things I miss as much as that old school 12:30 NBC Conan slot with masturbating bear, all the classic characters. It was such a moment in time, dude.
It's
Just
so
off the
good,
rails.
dude. It's so good.
A little bit of Letterman, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Among the funniest and greatest TV ever made.
It honestly fucking seriously was. I've been catching not like episodes, but just like I see these like I'm in these like groups of old Simpsons clips and memes where they just show you like these one-off gags, and it still is.
Remember
like
when this funny thing happened on Simpsons?
It really is though, and it's like it is seriously the fucking funniest. You're like, God damn, like that's so clever.
It's
like
the best,
writing is just there's nothing fucking better than that shit.
One of these days I gotta throw it down and catch some new Simpsons. About once a year I'll throw one on.
Why bother?
It's hit or miss.
Nah.
Mostly
I
miss.
don't know. Mostly miss for sure. I can't. I want to find like I think they're on Hulu. Everything's on Hulu. I don't have fucking Hulu. I'm like the only asshole in the world. It's like I'm not paying for fucking Hulu. For Hulu. It stinks. Fucking over Hulu.
They get you. It's more expensive than actual cable now
So
between
I'm just
all these
like,
fucking different apps. It's garbage.
Watching fucking YouTube mostly.
Yeah. A lot of Tom DeLonge.
Indeed. I'm watching a lot of interviews with fucking like inappropriate musicians and shit, like real inappropriate guys, dude. Have you caught this Rick Beato guy? He's like one of the top like 3 YouTubers in the world right now. He's great. He's an amazing musician, amazing interviewer, and it's all like super like music shit. Like it's just like
it's like a far better version of this show.
Yes, only he actually talks to like the fucking guys. Like he's got like the fucking best guys. So I've been watching the shit out of that. That's good shit.
Is it anything and everything, like genre specific?
It's very like guitar based. You could say anybody within the guitar sphere or rock music, like classic rock, whatever.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Rick Beato.
Rick Beato's pretty huge name as well. That's a name that commands respect right there.
It's a lot of he does the interviews, and then he'll do like a lot of like studio shit. He does these like song breakdowns where he'll just like pull up the top 10 songs, and he's got this like perfect pitch thing going on, and he can just like play along to like anything. It's like, oh, what is this? The new Taylor Swift? And then he'll just like, okay. Okay. All right, it stinks. He'll go on to like the next one. It's like it's pretty funny. Like the top 10, like he'll be like, what's the top 10 on Spotify this week? And he'll just be like, and then some of them like, yeah, this rules. You know?
That's hilarious. A guy just dissecting Taylor Swift in 10 seconds. Like, this is trash. Like, pick this up immediately. Is so fucking funny.
And this dude's so good that he's just like, he knows what chord's gonna happen next, basically, like in these progressions and shit.
In fairness, awesome. Taylor Swift isn't exactly breaking the bank when it comes to chord progressions or whatnot.
She's breaking the fucking real bank, though.
Yeah.
She just finished that fucking Eras tour the other night after 2.5 years or whatever.
Be real curious to see the dollar amount pulled in by that.
Billions. Like, it's like it literally like changed the economies of the cities.
She's got to have like a greater personal GDP than the country of Estonia.
She does. Like, it's not ridiculous. A joke. She has that shit is like more than like fucking like the continent of Africa and shit. Like the GDP that like
I don't get, and like I'm not up to date on Taylor Swift. I'm far from an expert, but
she has
like
bangs.
This whole shtick, how is this thing still working? It's just like 12-year-old breakup songs, and this girl's been doing it for fucking 20 years now. Like, we get it.
I kind of
somebody wronged you. We get it.
In a way, I kind of like I listened to whatever her latest album was, like the first like 4 songs. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it and like find like the first song has Post Malone on it. Like, I try to educate myself, and so like, it's like it's not great. And it's very predictable in that way. But like I can see like I will say she does have some like clever lyrics. So like lyrically there is some like good shit going on. It's not my favorite thing, but like there's like I'm like, okay, I do kind of see why like young women and women in general like get this. Or
I mean, obviously she's doing something right for that audience, you know, like just been killing it. Good for her.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. Like there was a few lines I was like, that's a great lyric. Like, you know, I was like, that's a great lyric, you know? So like, I'm like, okay, I'll give her that.
I'm sensing the closet Swiftie in the making.
You know, literally those are like the only songs I'd ever heard. I back in the day, I heard that like, Shake It Up or whatever is one of her big songs. Shake It Up. I remember I saw her perform on like New Year's Eve 10 years ago or something. That's about it. That's it. So yeah.
In conclusion, it stinks.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Did you hear all that shit about how like some contract was leaked about her and is it Travis Kelce or whatever, like breaking up?
No, did they break up?
No, but there was some, and who knows if this is real or not, but it was like leaked that there was some contract that they were supposed to break up in like November or something.
This is among the least surprising things I've ever heard in my life.
And it's like, this could obviously just be total bullshit. Yeah. They obviously came out and said, no, it's bullshit, which of course they would.
Yeah, right.
You know? And so like now everybody's like, well, yeah, so now they like are gonna stay together. Like, I don't know. It could just be totally made up, but at the same time, it's like, it would be, if it was real, it would be surprising to no one.
It makes all the sense in the world, right? Like,
come on. It's
two high profile people.
Power
get
couple,
together. Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking like making
drop another
money.
Banger, dude.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, indeed.
I hate the principle of it so much.
It stinks. I know. But it could be also totally wrong. But it was definitely a thing that was like in the online universe.
I mean, that lines up with every suspicion I've ever had about that whole thing. And it seems so manufactured right from the get-go. Like, come on.
Yep. Do you remember, I gotta fucking bring it up from time to time, do you remember the Mariah Carey New Year's Eve performance like 10 years ago where she like, it was like the biggest fail of all time?
Vaguely.
Do you remember this?
Kind of, sort of.
I'm like not letting it slide. I'm
some Mandela effect shit or this?
No, she like refused to rehearse And then like when she went out, like the in-ears and shit like weren't working. And
she got Jessica Simpson or other Ashley Simpson, I guess.
Even worse. And it's like, it's New Year's Eve in Times Square. You can't hear anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the loudest thing possible, right?
Yeah.
And like, she has no idea what's going on. Like, there's these two like dancer guys and they like pick her up and she has no clue what's happening. And like the song's playing and she's like, oh yeah, I don't know. Well, this song went to #1. That's what this. And
I don't remember this. I guess
this was the worst performance of all time. And I always bring it up because I'm like, I can't believe this happened.
Yeah.
And like it was so bad. And it was weird because I had this feeling going into it watching it. I was like, this is gonna be terrible.
A premonition.
I literally had a premonition that it was gonna be not just like New Year's Eve performance bad, which is pretty typical, but like a whole level of like, I mean, I'm talking about a bombing in a way that like, imagine just going out on stage and you have no idea what's happening. Imagine if you went on stage to perform Mariah Carey songs on New Year's Eve.
That's a terrible example. Clearly I crushed.
Well, all right, fair
Don't be
enough,
ridiculous.
Yeah, all right, that was a bad example. But you have no idea. It was like she had no clue even where she was. Ooh. And like I remember like Seacrest, you know, like afterward being like, okay. Literally it was kind of like, wow. Well,
over to you, dick.
Yeah, I remember him being like, her fans really eating it up. It just
that uncomfortable filler time, dude. By the way, can Ryan Seacrest do any more stuff, dude? That guy he's doing Wheel of Fortune now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I think he's doing the old
Casey Kasem, whatever that weekend top 40. Dude, he hosts everything.
Okay. So he's just basically become Casey Kasem.
Yeah, Seacrest is everywhere.
Yeah, indeed.
Inescapable.
That's funny because I literally do not see him at all anywhere.
I don't see him, but from what I understand, he's out there.
Like American Idol's not a thing anymore, right? That hasn't been going for a long time.
No idea either. Probably not.
I think it's
been overtaken by The Voice and Snoop Dogg. Can't compete with Snoop Dogg when it comes to judging talent.
That's true.
Mariah Carey in her prime was something else, though, man. Like Mariah Carey was legitimately badass for many years.
It was ridiculous.
And one of the greatest Christmas songs ever. Which I can't remember.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was a big Christmas song.
Yeah, that song. Dude, the memes coming out about that every fucking year. It's like, there's like the Poltergeist one where she's in the TV and the little girl going, she's here. You know, like every fucking year. It's that goddamn fucking Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey had some pipes, though, dude. In her prime, she fucking crushed. Mariah Carey ruled.
She could fucking do like inaudible dog whistle shit with her voice.
Damn.
She could do shit like I don't know if this is true or if it's fucking not, but like apparently she set off her neighbor's garage door opener or something like that.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. There's some fucking
down to some Ocean's 11 shit, dude.
Right. There's some fucking video that just came out of her. I don't remember what song it was, but there's some like really famous run she does in one of her songs, one of the run kind of things. And like it's like the actual video of her in the booth doing the actual run on that song, and she has to like sit down afterward.
Oh yeah.
And like I mean like she was
Mariah Carey could belt it out, dude. She was fucking
but that was a long time
back in the day.
She's been terrible since. I mean, and she is just a fucking moron, dude. Like, I'm sorry, she is dumb as fuck, dude. Yeah. Like some of the shit, like
wasn't she married to Nick Cannon or somebody for a very long time?
Nick Cannon was hitting it. I'm pretty sure fucking Diddy was all up in it for a while. I'm sure whatever, you know. But I remember she performed at the Michael Jackson funeral. And it was awful. It was another like everybody was like people were like more talking about that the next day.
That's not a good
than
look.
The actual.
You gotta perform. You gotta throw it down at MJ's funeral of all places. Like, you gotta represent, like, sister. What are you doing?
Tons of fucking banger performances at that fucking show, and like
including Mariah Carey.
No, it was people were like, you can't just wave your hand in the air and expect a run to happen. Like, it doesn't actually work like that. Yeah, it was not good. She's not brutal. She's been terrible for fucking years.
Mailing it in.
Yeah, which is too bad because at one point she was like really
top tier.
Yeah, she just got into the whole like fucking princess thing or whatever.
Wasn't
and
she
it's
real
like-
fucked up on pills or something for
Oh,
a pretty
I'm
long
sure.
time
I
too?
hope
Wasn't this
so,
a
dude.
thing?
Yeah, I
she
would
started to
imagine,
go
dude.
quasi Whitney Houston with it.
Yeah, I'm sure Diddy was fucking feeding
Yeah,
her all
dude.
kinds of fucking morphine pills, dude. Jay-Z as
baby,
well.
drink this,
Giving her a roofie colada.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's had any actual like songs for 15 years or
I
something.
would
that
imagine
I'm-
she's
that
living
I'm
off that
aware of.
dream lover
Yeah.
money still for sure.
Yeah, that fucking Christmas song, dude. It gets played like
I can't imagine the back end she's getting on that
Yeah.
thing still. Dude, getting paid.
crazy. We were in some fucking stupid ass fucking store the other day and they were playing like Christmas music, but it was like, it's like, I don't know, almost like bad, like Christian alt rock Christmas music. And it's like some guy with an acoustic guitar, like blending all
Those
these
kind of
songs.
jars of clay going on.
Dude, oh god damn. It was intolerable. And I'm just like, I can't believe
We
this
need to
is what-
start a Christian rock group, dude. What are
Yeah,
we doing?
Indeed.
What are we
The
doing?
Cartman style,
Yeah,
dude.
it's gotta be done,
I want to
dude.
feel you deep
Finger
inside
blast,
me.
Rosie.
Just all that shit.
I don't think those guys have done a new season of South Park in a hot minute, dude. It's
I don't
been like
know.
a couple of those 6-episode seasons and some of that shit.
Unfortunately, I'm not really able to follow that either because I don't have the
but
fucking
Paramount
all
Plus
these-
or whatever. It
I don't
stinks.
got it, dude.
Stinks. I don't either.
can't,
yeah.
I can't subscribe to all these fucking
No,
things.
I don't
dude.
have it either. I'm saying it's bullshit that it's on
Yeah,
there, dude.
it's
And
like
that was
it's on
just
there or
after,
something.
like, that was a controversy too, because they signed that exclusive deal
Yeah.
with
HBO or whatever, yeah.
And then, like, but we're also going to do this other thing over
and
here.
then did some kind of meta show about it called
Yeah,
the Streaming Wars,
which I still haven't seen, yeah.
because I don't even know where this
Ugh.
shit is even available now.
I've been saying this for years. We
know.
got to throw it down. Dude. We got to do it. Just get it for like a free try weekend or something. It's got to be done.
watch
Just
it
burn
all,
through it.
go
Then just
through all the South Park we
Gotta
never
have-
saw. That I would be in for.
possibly
Yeah.
catch some Yellowstone.
No.
Get up on some Yellowstone. So it's pretty good.
Have you ever
Costner.
seen it? I don't know. Everybody's super
I've heard
into it. I'm like, I
universally
get
good
it.
things about it, dude.
I don't know. I'm like, is it actually good or is it just like, oh, it's just super conservative?
I'm guessing it's pretty good, man. I've heard nothing but exemplary things on it. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a fucking
From who? From
banger.
Rogan, dude?
No, from literally
know?
everybody. I've
Yeah,
never heard
no,
anybody
me
say
either.
anything other than it's like the choice of show ever
Yeah,
made.
I
And
know,
Costner
right.
crushes, dude. I'm pro Costner.
I'm
Give me some
anti-Costner. I'm not into Costner.
If ever you want to see an actor in
Yeah.
his prime, look no farther than Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
I think I'm a Costner hater, dude. Waterworld's probably the best movie he ever did.
Nah, I'm talking Field of Dreams, son. Come on.
Field of Dreams is good,
Classic.
but like,
Tearjerker.
yeah, I mean it is, of course, but like everything else, Costner stinks, dude. What else is he in that's fucking good?
Yeah, I don't know. Costner stinks with my kid.
Dances with Smurfs, dude.
Dance with the Wolves, incredible. Dude.
I haven't seen it since I was like a kid when it came out, so I can't actually speak on it.
I rewatched it a few years back, dude. It's fucking good,
indeed.
son.
Nah, Costner, I don't know. What is he? He's fucking Superman's dad or something. Like, come on,
Is he? I haven't caught any of those new
Pretty sure.
Supermen.
Pretty sure he's fucking like in the Henry Cavill or whatever.
Yes, I'm all set on that.
I'm like getting worse with names. I think I'm just getting stupider. I'm like seriously, I can't remember. I just don't care.
This
anymore.
podcast will do that
It
to you.
really is.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day too, because I know no actors'
I know.
names. On back in the
Some
day, I could
random-
pull any
Yep.
actor, director, producer, like
Yep.
had all that
But
shit
I
on
don't
lockdown
watch
now, and it's
movies
like
like I used to.
I got
Yeah.
nothing, dude. It's
I
all
know.
some random 20-year-old child that I've never heard of before. It's like,
Exactly.
this is the new It Girl.
It's like, oh, it's some
Stinks.
fucking Hemsworth or some fucking
some kind of Hemsworth.
I can't.
It's nothing
keep
but
up.
Hemsworth.
I know.
If in doubt, go Hemsworth. It's a pretty safe guess.
And then it's like, oh, it's either Sydney Sweeney or Jenna Ortega. And I'm just like, oh, I don't care.
I can't. Stinks.
Dude.
Need an epic blockbuster, dude. A legit blockbuster movie that's not a superhero
Well,
movie.
that's
It's
what
been
I
a
was
hot
gonna say.
minute,
It was
dude.
all they did was fucking that whole thing. Just like, I mean, we've been talking about it here forever, but it's just kind of like ruined movies.
Been calling
And
this for
I know.
decades, dude.
And
It's just-
honestly, it has swung the other way. Now we are getting like crazy shit, like the fucking your A24 shit.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I just watched finally. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh, yeah.
Finally caught that.
Pretty solid flick, right? Pretty weird, pretty fun.
Very weird, very fun. I fucking cried a little bit at the end. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. But I remember your original take was there's a bunch of shit that is literal ripoff of
It's
the Matrix.
the Matrix with hot dog fingers. Yeah.
Literal ripoff of the Matrix. And I'm just
Big
like,
time.
I'm like, really? This is like exactly the Matrix.
That was my bitch with it.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
fun,
come
like I said.
on.
I liked it and everything, but it's hard to get past that, dude. Like, it's so Matrix.
It was like, it was really creative. There was some really interesting stuff. Like, it was cool.
I
But
don't
like,
know if you can call it creative. I mean,
like
it
this shit
wasn't,
with, like,
wasn't, but
going to like the two rocks that were talking to each other and like shit like that. Or, like, shit would change to like animation and like you got short round in it for reasons that are unclear.
Gotta have short round.
Short round's the man. It is cool that he's fucking doing that shit. I liked it a lot, but there was certain points where it's like literally in the beginning where it's like you can like go this way. It's like the actual like literal Morpheus phone call from the fucking Matrix. And then like later, the most fucking one was when she stops the bullets at the end. I'm just like,
the Fishburne cameo just felt gratuitous.
I know. Carrie-Anne Moss stepping in was just really unnecessary. But I liked it, and like again, like it was definitely some creative fucking filmmaking, I'd say. But
it was cool.
Yeah.
It's better the first time it was called The Matrix, however.
Yeah, I know. I was hating on it in that regard for sure, but it was cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else about this A24 thing. I'm just so fucking out of the loop on fucking everything. No, dude.
It's good to the point where basically you can just like find an A24 flick and assume it's going to be choice.
Good for them.
And almost universally when I watch a movie, even if I don't know it's them, you see it pop up. It's like, okay, this movie's going to fucking rule, dude.
Indeed. Yeah, that's choice.
Talking original plot lines, original scripts, original thoughts.
Indeed. Except for when it's a direct ripoff of the Matrix.
Indeed.
And that must have been one of their first big movies or something too, I would think. Like,
they don't have a ton of big movies. Like, it's kind of mostly like art house, indie type shit. Which is sort of the appeal of it, you know, because they're not trying to do the big fucking blockbuster thing. Like, that's their whole niche. Is like, we're just gonna win Oscars and make fucking bangers, dude.
Indeed.
That there was a movie called, I think it was called The Iron Claw, which is based on a true story. It had Efron and a bunch of other people in it.
That's about a wrestling
family from like the 70s or something. That was a pretty dope flick, dude. And that Civil War movie was choice, which I know you said you wouldn't watch for some reason.
No, watching that. No.
Pretty good.
Too close to home. Too real. It's too real.
It's scary to think about because like as the whole thing's going on, it's like, oh, we could very well be 5 years away from this actual scenario.
That's why I'm not watching that.
Yeah, pretty on the nose, dude.
Yeah. They got that new fucking 28 years later coming out. You heard about this?
Really? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'll allow that, dude. Those movies are choice.
Yeah, it's the dude who made it's like the actual people that made the original. It was kind of like a Beetlejuice scenario. They got the original director star back. Now, how could it possibly miss?
Speaking of alien, or not alien, but zombie / vampire movies, and throwing it back to Hartnett. What was it, 30 Days a Night? Whatever it was called. That movie was fucking choice. I watched that again a while back. That's a banger.
Yeah,
Hartnett's the man.
That was a cool movie. There was a crossover. This might be the nerdiest thing I've ever said on this show. I'm not saying a lot.
I mean, you've gone down some pretty deep, dark Isaac Asimov holes here, so it's a bold statement.
There was a crossover graphic novel of 30 Days of Night and the X-Files.
I heard about this.
You probably heard
but
about
I've never
it from me talking about it. I don't know if I still have it. Like, I totally had it. It'll be here.
Was it choice?
It was choice.
Seems like a choice.
Yeah, it was a fucking perfect crossover. Yeah.
I'm going back through some X-Files again right now. It's a long slog, brother.
Yeah, indeed.
Long slog.
Indeed. Gotta hit up Lens and see how far he fucking made it. And the fucking
made it nil, dude.
Yeah,
watched one and tapped out. I was like, nah.
He was pretty deep into it. He was a couple seasons in, but I think he's probably crapped out. It's all getting all through all 9 seasons or whatever. It's a big ass,
much, dude. It's
Yeah.
like 26 episodes, seasons. It's a lot.
Indeed.
Two glorious movies mixed in there, dude.
Yeah. The first movie was glorious. The second movie was pretty bad.
Second one was fun. Pretty fun.
The one about the psychic child
the time
molester?
lapse.
That's the one I'm talking about.
It's about the Harvey Weinstein.
Indeed.
It's about
P.
Diddy.
Diddy. It's got starring Jay-Z.
No, it's just I don't know if I ever actually watched that when it came out. but I went through the whole X-Files and watched the movies in sequence.
Yeah.
And caught that. It was
I
good
remember
shit.
seeing it in the theater, and I thought there was like a bunch of weird like technical errors and shit. I remember being like, at one point, like I was like, I swear to God, I just saw the fucking boom mic come into the frame, like shit like that. Or I was kind of like, but I'd have to watch it again. I only caught it that one time and remember being kind of like,
Yeah, it's good shit, dude.
Yeah.
Watching it too critical of an eye, my friend. You gotta suspend disbelief.
Oh, I do.
Let the cinema take you away.
I love me some fucking X-Files, dude.
You more Duchovny. Huge Duchovny fan.
Yeah. He's got some other show. I'm like, he's done a lot of shows.
He had some show, I think, about, it's called Aquarius. I never watched it, but it's like
I think
about
that might
one of
be what it
those
was.
Zodiac. I think he was tracking the Zodiac killer in that or something.
There is some new Zodiac shit going on, too. Looks pretty fucking huge. I'm sure it's
Like
terrible.
killings.
Yes. Well, what else is going on, buddy?
I got nothing.
I know.
I'm burning through the list of terrible material here.
Yep.
Can always talk more Snoop Dogg, but
Yeah, well, I mean, it's getting to the end of the year here.
it's a hell of a wrap up, my friend. Hell of a year. Somehow we've lost audience shares. This podcast is going on. We're just like, nah.
Yeah.
Tapping out on this for sure.
I got my own Project 2025 happening here. And next year, finally got some new music gonna be
Really?
dropping. Yeah,
Oh,
got a new EP there. That's just kind of some bullshit, and then the Long After Midnight full length album, which I'm pretty excited about. That
Nice.
one's actually good. So
Shameless
we'll be putting that out.
self plugs on the podcast.
Well, that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
It's got to be done.
Putting that out. And yeah, I got some other records. I got like 4 like almost finished like full length records. So that's gonna like my fucking big push is actually like finish some shit. And
You're just pulling open, mash them all together,
dude.
throw it on there, call it a day.
Pulling a fucking Tool and just never finishing any of them is basically what I've been doing. So
True mastery takes time, my friend. You know?
yeah. So that's what I'll be doing. I got some more studio sessions booked. Got some more fucking hopefully some good shit anyway.
Really making moves here, really doing stuff with your life.
Yeah, mostly just playing.
I'll be jacking off, playing Nintendo, and watching A24 movies for the most
Indeed.
part. It's kind of playing for Q1, yeah.
Yeah, I think they got a new Donkey Kong movie coming out, so that ought to be fucking.
Oh man, I tried to watch that.
Sorry, Donkey Kong game. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
that all out.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that Mario movie just like for nostalgia factor, and I had Seth Rogen and stuff. I watched like 10 minutes and turned it off. And this is unbearable.
The fucking memes, the Luigi memes with this Luigi CEO shooter guy. Are you catching any of this?
No.
This fucking kid that killed this guy.
Yeah.
His name is Luigi, and so like the Luigi Mario memes are just like off the fucking charts right now, dude. So fucking funny. So many good ones.
That's a wild ass story. He just walked up. I think the kid was like some kind of Ivy League grad too,
he
or
is,
something, wasn't he? Right?
Yeah. He's ripped to shreds, full fucking 6-pack and shit. Just like I see
Damn,
this
dude.
kid, handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Shooting CEOs across. Giving 0 fucks, dude. Catching him in a McDonald's.
It's
and
a
all that
wild
shit.
boy, yeah. That's a hell of a way to go down.
There's
I did see some stuff about the last meal, those McDonald's stuff too. They're going around out there.
There was it was not real, but it was like a fucking Burger King ad, and it was just like a Burger King Whopper, and it says "We don't snitch."
Yes, that's well played.
Yeah, indeed. All right, man. What do you think? We're about to wrap it up here for the year.
Yeah, it was getting to be about that
It's
time.
going to be about that time. Well, fuck you guys.
Yep.
We'll be back next year. I already got some banger guests I'm working on. So I got some good shit coming.
Yeah, I gotta get back on the booking train here.
Yeah, we do. But no, I got some.
I'm getting derelict in my duties.
I got some good people in the back pocket here, so I expect some fucking banger ass episodes.
Little
coming
teaser. That's how the pros do it right there.
Yeah, kind of be coming out of the gate with some fucking some relatively B-list celebrities here coming. So, all right, I guess that's it. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yep.
Yep, that's it for us for the year.
Peace.
Peace.